Hi, it's Leela from Leela's Lovely Picks, and there is one more video that I wanted to share with you today. A subscriber of mine had seen some essential oils in my last empties video and had asked some questions about it, and then she had some more questions, so I told her I would make a video. And so that is what this video is about. Today is about essential oils. So I have taken some notes, so I'm going to be looking down and probably reading off my my notes. So please bear with me. I'm not an expert. I do not sell essential oils. I do my own research, like on the internet, books at the library, books at bookstores. In my experience, you just have to start out. Just start where you are, just go little by little. You can find groups on Facebook where there are where there are knowledgeable people who are not trying to sell you oils, like from a multi-level type of company, but who are knowledgeable and concerned about, making sure the relevant information about the oils that you're going to be using, with regards to things like safety, impurity, etc., and how to use it. What I would suggest is that you start with like a single oil that you're interested in. A lot of people start with lavender or peppermint or lemon or orange or that type of thing. And really do some extensive research on just that oil. For example, is the oil that you've chosen, is it derived from a single plant? What part of the plant? And you need to be careful because there's a lot of misinformation out there. It can be overwhelming. Find a website or a couple websites that you trust. Or an aromatherapist that you trust. There are grades of essential oils, just like anything else. There's grade A, grade B, and grade C. And hang on, let me go get my book. Okay, so the grades of essential oils. Grade A is the therapeutic grade. Grade B is the perfume or cosmetic grade. And grade C is the perfume oils grade. So the company I order from, sometimes I pick my oils up at Walmart and sometimes I pick them up at Whole Foods, but normally I purchase them from Eden's Garden. And I choose to purchase them from Eden's Garden. This video is not sponsored by Eden's Garden in any way, shape, or form. But when I was doing my research and I came across this this particular company, I decided to go with them because for one of the main reasons is they give 10% of their profits away. They say giving back. Our time on this earth is very limited, and we want to look back with gladness on how we spent it and our resources. This is our heart and motivation here at Eden's Garden. A generation goes and a generation comes, but the earth remains forever. The sun rises and the sun goes down and hurries to the place where it rises. Ecclesiastes 1:4. Our today affects our tomorrow, and with that in mind, we wanted to let you know that 10% of all profits are given back to a variety of organizations that are doing their part to help build a better tomorrow. And they also promise freshness and quality. They say Eden's Garden takes pride in providing 100% pure therapeutic grade essential oils. Essential oils come from plants, connect us to the botanical world, and are renowned for their therapeutic and beneficial qualities. They are steam distilled, cold pressed directly from flowers, leaves, bark, and wood without any adulteration or synthetic additives, as it was intended, directly from nature. All of our products are 100% pure and in the purest form possible. We do not add bases, fillers, additives, etc. to any of our oils. And they sent this book with my first purchase, and it is just like a wealth of knowledge. And so I wanted to share what I know with you. It's not a lot, but so just like there are grades of the oils, if you're going to put it on your body or into your body, you want to just use grade A therapeutic oil. And sometimes you can put an essential oil. This is cedarwood, and this is in a large 30 millimeter jar. This is one of my favorite oils. And you can put this oil on your skin. You can put it on neat. That means you can put it directly on your skin if you don't have sensitive skin. There are some oils that are hot and will kind of burn you, and you have to have a carrier oil. I choose to use grapeseed oil, and I purchased this, I think at Whole Foods. This is an Aria Cassia blend. This is a natural skincare oil with vitamin E. And what you would do is, put a few drops in your palm, and then put a few drops of the essential oil, or however many drops, mix them together and then put them wherever you need to put them. You can also do it in a ceramic container. You can use olive oil, you can use coconut oil. Every oil has its own benefits for your body. Let me see if I can find. Eden's Garden carries so many different carrier oils. They carry apricot kernel, avocado, camellia seed, evening primrose, hazelnut, grapeseed, hemp seed, jojoba, macadamia, rosehip, sesame, and sweet almond. And like I said, each different type of carrier oil, has its own properties and benefits for your body. So there are methods to get these oils into your body. Through the air with a diffuser, and I just have, your typical diffuser. What you do is you take the top off, and then you fill it with just regular, you can use tap water, and then you put a few drops of your oil in, and then you put the top back on and you plug it in, and this, it makes all different colored pretty lights. And or you can press the button, to keep the light that you like, if you want it to be purple the whole time, or you can also turn it off so there's no light at all, in case you wanted to use it like in a bedroom or a place where a child is, sleeping and you don't want it to keep them awake, that type of thing. Speaking of children, I personally, wouldn't use essential oils on children under 6 months of age, or probably even a year old, because they're so potent and so dense and pure. So, and I wouldn't diffuse oils in a baby's room, but that's just me. So also, if you haven't been exposed to a particular oil before, you need to start with a really small amount, a couple drops, because you don't know how your body's going to react to it. Everybody's body chemistry is different. Essential oils are pure. There are also essential oils sold that are toxic. I have one of them. It's called pennyroyal, and I purchased it for, let me find it. Pennyroyal's aroma is very similar to peppermint, sweet and herbaceous. It was traditionally used to strengthen the nerves, being valuable in hysteric disorders, nervous exhaustion, and for neuralgia. Try adding a few drops to pet shampoo to help get rid of fleas. Be sure to rinse pet thoroughly after shampooing. So I bought it for fleas for my dogs, but you should not diffuse pennyroyal. I don't agree. I did some research on it, and that is a toxic essential oil. So you really need to do your research. Excuse me. And there is science behind the oils because they are derived from living plants. Okay, so essential oils have been used for thousands of years. You can find references for them in the Bible. Examples: spikenard, frankincense, and myrrh. And they actually sell a biblical set of oils in here. And you should do your research and research the history if that interests you. Essential oils are natural. An oil is a combination of chemical compounds, and that is what gives it their distinct smell. And they are super concentrated. Essential oils are effective. Most pharmaceuticals today have their roots in nature. Example, digitalis comes from the foxglove plant. And let's talk about dogs. Their nose is more sensitive than ours, and they trust their noses to keep them safe by smelling these chemical compounds that we call scents. Another example is aspirin comes from willow bark, but aspirin is synthetic, and willow bark is natural. And there are still Native Americans who drink willow bark tea for pain management. Okay, so let's talk about the ways you can use essential oils. You can just open the essential oil up, you can smell it. Now, that seems very simple, but it does something very complex in your brain. When you smell anything, it goes to your olfactory nerve. Your olfactory nerve is directly connected to your limbic system. Your hypothalamus is linked to your olfactory nerve. It is responsible for so much. I encourage you to do your research, deep research on how it affects your whole body. So science backs up that smelling a scent can affect your whole body. So I found some videos, which I will link below. A couple of them are about 10 minutes. There is a lecture on the whole limbic system, and it is from a professor at Stanford University. It is about an hour and a half. And if you have an hour and a half and you loved college, I would recommend watching that video. It is fascinating. So you can also put this essential oil on topically, and this essential oil is called Four Thieves. And each of the companies that sells essential oils has has a blend. It's called something different. I think on doTERRA's called On Guard. I think Young Living is just called Thieves. But let me read you what it is. It's the Natural Immunity Boost. Four Thieves is a blend of cinnamon, clove, eucalyptus, lemon, and rosemary. Is warm, spicy, earthy, and herbaceous. Four Thieves was university tested for its cleansing abilities. It is highly effective in supporting the immune system and good health. Four Thieves Synergy Blend was created on the historical account of four thieves in France who protected themselves from the Black Plague with cloves, rosemary, and other aromatics while robbing victims of the killer disease. When captured, they were offered a lighter sentence in exchange for their secret recipe. Four Thieves Synergy Oil Blend includes clove, cinnamon bark, rosemary, lemon, and eucalyptus, and has been specially blended to offer the same kind of defense. Four Thieves has been university tested and found to be highly effective against airborne bacteria. So you can diffuse this. And what I also like to do, so this is what it looked like when I purchased it. It may look different now. I just put a few drops. Here's a school bus, and I just I put it like kind of behind my ears and like kind of go down and then kind of back where your lymph nodes are. I know a lot of people put it on the bottom of your feet. I do put essential oils on the bottom when I give feet massages, but I don't think that's the most effective place. I also like to put the essential oil like right here, like where they draw your blood, because that's where your veins or whatever, I'm not a nurse or doctor, that's where it's close to the skin, and it will get into that area. You can also put it on your wrists. You can rub any type of like immunity defense. You can rub on any of your limbic system, your lymph glands. That's what I'm trying to think of. Your neck, under your arms, behind your knees, in your groin area, and my other favorite essential oil is cedar wood. And cedar wood is a natural sedative. And what I like to do is, if I'm having trouble falling asleep, I will just take, and it's kind of sticky, it's resinous, take a drop, and see, you can see it's going to take a minute. It's kind of like the ketchup. Going to take a minute to come out. Whoops. Maybe it was stuck. I just rub it on my forearms. Now I might fall asleep, you guys. I'm serious. This has such a sedative effect. Such a calming effect. It's amazing. Let me see what the book says about cedarwood. Cedarwood has a dry, woodsy, and smoky aroma and is believed to be an antiseptic, antiputrescent, aphrodisiac, astringent, diuretic, expectorant, fungicidal, nervous sedative, circulatory stimulant, and tonic. So there are many uses for cedarwood. This book says you can mix it with a carrier oil, and it is good for treating acne. So another way you can get these into your body is put a bowl of steaming water. Like if you have a cold chest congestion, put a bowl of steaming water, add a few drops of an expectorant like eucalyptus or spearmint, and you can breathe it in. What else have I written down? You can also use essential oils to clean your house, to repel pests. You can use it for meditation. You're gonna think I'm crazy, but you can put it on your third eye. You can use one of the spiritual blends before you read the Bible, before you meditate, and put it on your third eye. I have the cleaning blend by Eden's Garden, and I put it in a spray bottle. You can make a linen and room spray with the Thieves. You can make a little spray bottle and keep it with you. You can mix an essential oil with some baking soda for a carpet refresher. You can mix white vinegar, baking soda, and tea tree oil and use it as a toilet cleaner. You can mix water, Epsom salts, and peppermint oil for a bug spray. So I have a thyroid disorder, and there are certain essential oils you can use for helping support your thyroid. It's fascinating. Fascinating. I wanted to read you a little blurb that I wrote down when I was watching the lecture from the Stanford professor. I wrote down, the limbic system talks to the cortex and vice versa, which apparently they didn't think that those two areas of the brain actually talk to each other. The entire limbic system tries to influence what the hypothalamus wants to do. Now, the hypothalamus is the old part of your brain, the part of your brain that regulates your breathing and your insulin levels and that type of thing. It is what makes your body remain in constant homeostasis. So emotions direct your limbic system, which influences your hypothalamus. And our olfactory system is one synapse away from the limbic system. So other systems are more than one synapse away from the limbic system, but your olfactory system is just one synapse away. So the fewer synapses, the more influences. The more the influence on the hypothalamus. So basically, if you find an essential oil that calms you down, it's not all in your head. It goes through your olfactory system, through your sinuses. It attaches. It has a benzene ring, and that attaches to the little nerve, the receptor, the benzene ring receptor, and the olfactory nerve. And then the olfactory nerve goes into the olfactory bulb, which is part of the limbic system, which talks to the hypothalamus, which regulates your entire body. So, if you think that essential oils are something that you may be interested in, you can get into them inexpensively. And Eden's Garden is a way, and it would be beneficial for you and your family and cost effective in the long run. And that's my opinion on essential oils. So maybe in another video I will go into more depth. If you have any questions, leave them below. If you want me to go into more depth about something, if you want me to show you my collection, I will. But this is just kind of what I came up with in response to Leanne's questions. Hi, Leanne. Hope you're doing well. Hope you're all doing well. If you're new, please subscribe. I would love to have you. I hope you guys have a great week, and I will talk to you later. Bye.